No more themed episodes. No more. This is the season finale. No more themed episodes, okay? Hello, welcome back to Real Talk. I missed you. I'm your host, Andrew Vick, and we have a normal episode this time. I swear. No more Avengers, no more video games. It's just straight movies this time, I swear. We've got actual news to talk about, and let's get right into that with What's Poppin'. Here we go today, starting off with the box office numbers, of course, a top 5. Of course, at the top is Avengers Endgame with $63.2 million, followed by Detective Pikachu opening strong, it seems, with $54.3 million. Not bad for an opening weekend compared to, well, Avengers Endgame now. Followed by The Hustle with $13 million, a poor comedy movie that I will never see in my life. Followed up at number 4 with The Intruder at $7.1 million, a thriller I will never see in my life. And Long Shot with $6.2 million, a comedy with Seth Rogen I will see. That's it. And then moving on with the rest of the news, James Cameron on Twitter congratulated Avengers Endgame for surpassing Titanic. Part of the congratulations he stated was, an iceberg sunk the real Titanic. It took the Avengers to sink my Titanic. I gotta say, that was a big play on his part. He's been very critical of superhero movies in the past, so it's really interesting to see him be nice for once, especially with his critique of Wonder Woman and pretty much the whole MCU. It's nice to see him congratulating superheroes for once. I believe Avengers Endgame is about 200 million behind Avatar right now, so we're still getting close. There's still a possibility it could pass it, but I won't be here to cover that for now. Moving on to our next piece of news, Godzilla King of the Monsters had a fan event last week, and the Twitter reactions seem incredibly positive. This is awesome for me. I am so excited for Godzilla King of the Monsters. Several quotes I could find about the viewing of the film include, Godzilla King of the Monsters is packed with larger-than-life action. Godzilla is a breathtaking and modern marvel. Also followed with, see this movie on the biggest screen you can. And also my favorite of all of these, it was like my inner 8-year-old child snorted a mountain of Tony Montana's cocaine. I don't think you can get higher praise than that. And moving on to my favorite story, actually, a Montreal, Canada theater accidentally played the completely incorrect movie. The theater was supposed to play Detective Pikachu, and it instead played The Curse of La Llorona, the newest entry in the Conjuring franchise. And this is just really funny to me. The theater was probably just filled with children, and now they're all screaming and crying because that doesn't look like Pikachu at all. And I think that's amazing. It's absolutely hilarious. And next up, we got our trailers coming up here. Not too many trailers since it's been a week since our last episode, but we got a couple to talk about. After the show yesterday, there was a trailer released for It, Chapter 2. This is very exciting. The second installment in the It series. This will follow the adults of the children from the previous movie coming back to Derry, Maine. That's the state, Maine? Yeah, it's Derry, Maine, I'm pretty sure. They're coming back to Derry, Maine to fight off Pennywise, the dancing clown, once again and put an end to his child-killing spree. I am very excited for this. I would love to see this work out as well as the first one did, which surprised me a lot. And I'm basically just pretty excited to see It Chapter 2 coming out. And the next trailer, we have something I will never care about. It's the sequel to Maleficent. Was it Mistress of Era, Heiress of Evil? I don't care. I don't care about this movie at all. It's kind of fitting in our first episode. It talked about when this movie was first announced, and now it makes sense for the season finale to also talk about it as it comes in full circle. Again, why is this happening? The first Maleficent movie was really, really bad. Like, it's, oh, I can't even, like, what do I remember from Maleficent? What happened in Maleficent? What, male sufficient? I don't even remember. It's several years far too late, and I don't think anyone is interested in a Maleficent right now. But speaking of these trailers, I'm actually going to let you guys watch those trailers right now. We'll be right back in just a second, but please enjoy these trailers.
We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
Yes, may I help you?
I used to live here.
Won't you come in? It's the least I can do. Is it like you remember?
Cleaner.
Well, you feel free to look around while I get the water boiling.
Your hair is winter fire. January embers. My heart burns there too.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now some music. I do apologize. It gets so very hot here this time of year.
It's fine.
Well, you feel like you could just about die. But you know what they say about Derry? No one who dies here ever really dies. But tell me, how is it being back in Derry?
It's good. Strange.
Strange? Oh, my. I had some cookies in the oven before you came. Stay right there.
I shouldn't impose. I'm gonna...
No, I insist.
Your photos are lovely, Miss Kirsch. Are these your family?
My father came to this country with $14 in his pocket.
What did he do, Mrs. Kirsch?
My father joined the circus. I was always Daddy's little girl. What about you? Are you still his little girl, Beverly? Are you?
This meeting of the Losers Club has officially begun.
We can do this, but we have to stick together. Hello.
I remember the story of an evil witch.
When I look out my window,
And the princess she cursed to sleep forever.
many sights to see.
The story became legend.
And when I look in
But this is no fairy tale.
so many different,
There are many who prey on the innocent. I'm sure your kind would agree.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were making a threat.
Well, do you?
Do I what?
Know better.
What have you done?
let's be the season of the witch. Let's be the season of the witch. Let's be the season of the witch. And now, on with the show.
All right, let's try this again. How do I sound? Am I alive? Yep. I sure hope so. Someone might want to put that in director's notes. All right. Why don't we try that again, shall we? All right, cool. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed at least one of those trailers. Now, this is just, again, a normal episode. No one's under my desk. I don't have anyone coming on. It's just me this time. Last episode of the season, and I thought it'd be kind of proper before I go off on vacation to just take a look at all the summer releases coming out and just take a look at them and my thoughts of them. Now, this is assuming that all of these releases are not getting pushed forward or backwards or just completely not coming out in theaters, so we're just going to take it as it is right now. Starting off with this weekend, the 17th, John Wick 3. I have not seen John Wick 2. However, I did see the original John Wick, and I thought it was amazing. It was one of the best action films in the past decade, and I should really watch Chapter 2 so I can get excited about Chapter 3. It's already got, I believe it's in the high 90s on Rotten Tomatoes, so a lot of critics seem to like it. So I'm pretty excited to see John Wick 3 somewhere down the line. And then the weekend after that, May 24th, we've got Aladdin and Brightburn, two movies that couldn't be more different. Let's talk Brightburn first. I am pretty excited for Brightburn. It's a dark take on the tale of Superman without actually being Superman. And this is just really interesting to me. I hope Brightburn turns out really well. Aladdin, not so much. I've been going back and forth with Aladdin throughout this entire semester, and right now I've returned to the camp of, no, get it out of here. I don't want this Aladdin movie. There was a clip released recently of Will Smith performing Prince Ali, and it was so slow and flat that I just really do not want this movie to exist whatsoever. And that goes for all of the live-action remakes. We'll get to that more later. Next weekend, May the 31st, we've got Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Rocketman. Hello there. It's nice to see you. You are very close. Anyways, of course, you already know my thoughts on Godzilla 2. I am very excited. Got all the classic monsters, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, maybe new monsters, maybe old monsters, but I'm just very excited to see this movie coming out later in the month. I don't know about you, Rocketman. You could go either way. Musical biopics sort of have a hit or miss ratio, see Bohemian Rhapsody and Bohemian Rhapsody. But it could be interesting. I forget the name of the artist this movie's about. That's embarrassing. But I'm sure it'll turn out fine in the end. Next weekend, the first major release of June, we've got Dark Phoenix and The Secret Life of Pets 2. I don't want to see either of these. Honestly, again, I've reiterated it. I've reiterated this. I can't speak today. Dark Phoenix is the end of the Fox's X-Men saga, and there's really just no point to this. They're just killing everyone off. They've admitted to killing everyone off, and I just want them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. We have no plans for Phase 4 right now, so might as well just bring in the X-Men. Why don't we do that? And Secret Life of Pets 2, I'm not going to see that because you are never going to get a single dollar from me, Illumination. Thank you. Good night. Next weekend in June, the 14th, we've got Men in Black International and Shaft, sadly not played by Michael Cera. Thumbs up if you get that joke. I'm not entirely attached to the Men in Black franchise, surprisingly enough, but it could be interesting to see this new spin-off coming in. We got Thor and Valkyrie and Liam Neeson just all in one movie, and that could be pretty exciting. I'd love to see where that goes. And I also have no connection to Shaft, besides a joke by Donald Glover about Michael Cera. So maybe I'll see it, maybe I won't. Next weekend in June, we've got the Battle of the Toys. June 21st, we've got Toy Story 4 and Child's Play. Two of the most polar opposite toy movies that could be out right now. I've probably mentioned this before, but I have no expectations for Toy Story 4 just because it seems so unnecessary and all of the marketing has not impressed me whatsoever, besides probably that one clip that was released that was like a very, very realistic looking cat, of all things. So maybe it could be good, maybe it could be not, I'm not sure. Child's Play, that's got a real hit and miss history with film, doesn't it? I mean, there's still a series going on in the same continuity, but this is a complete reboot. We've got Mark Hamill playing the infamous doll, so it could be fun. I mean, I heard a clip of Mark Hamill's laugh, and it sounds very Joker-esque, so that could be really fun. Closing off June, we've got Annabelle and Yesterday. I have very low expectations for Annabelle. The Conjuring universe just keeps missing and missing with every single release that's coming out now, and I'm just not really excited for this one at all. Yesterday, however, I'm pretty interested. This is a different kind of movie from anything else on the list. It's just this one guy who remembers the Beatles, but suddenly everyone else in the world forgets it, and he becomes this world-famous musician, and I just kind of want to see where that plays out. That seems really interesting. The Beatles are a very big band, and just everyone forgetting their music, would be a real big impact, to be sure. So that's going to be interesting nonetheless. And starting off in July 5th, that weekend, we've got 2 new releases. We got Spider-Man Far From Home and Midsommar. Midsommar is going to be directed by the same guy who did Hereditary last year, so that ought to be exciting. I did not see Hereditary, actually, to be honest. I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard it's one of the best horror films in years. I've also heard it's one of the worst horror films in years, so that's the tea. Spider-Man Far From Home, of course I'm excited. It's the epilogue of this era of the MCU, so just to see it finally play out and see where we can go next, I'm just really, really excited to see where this goes. And the next weekend, July 12th, I've sort of got a joke movie here. We've got Crawl. Now, if you've seen Jaws, you've seen Crawl. It looks like basically Jaws in a hurricane, but with an alligator. Alligators are actually my favorite animal, actually. I'm kind of excited for this because it looks like one of those so bad it's good movies that I'm genuinely kind of excited about. So I'll probably end up seeing it, but also probably not. Who knows? Next up, the following weekend, July 19th, we've got The Lion King reboot, remake, whatever it is. I've said my piece enough on the show. I'm not excited for The Lion King whatsoever, and I feel like it's going to be a pretty bad, just a shot-for-shot remake of the animated classic. Of course, the animated movie is still going to be there no matter what, but there's also going to be this Lion King 2, and we're just going to have to deal with it as we go. Next weekend, we've got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood coming out July 6th. This is the 9th film from Quentin Tarantino, I believe. And I'm quite excited for this. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio just being in a movie together, that's a pretty interesting concept. I don't really know the plot, besides from that one trailer where it looks like it's in, I believe it looks like 60s, 70s Hollywood, and I don't really know what the plot's going to be, but it's going to be exciting nonetheless. And closing out at the end of July, we've got the Dora movie. Just the Dora movie. Again, I didn't make that up. I said in the previous episode, I didn't make this up. This is happening. I swear to God. Why does it say August 2nd? That's weird. Maybe a poster typo. Who knows? That's what I read on Wikipedia. I might actually see it. Just for the heck of it, honestly. Just to see how bad it can get. This is the prologue to the Sonic movie, actually. So check it out if you really, really are desperate. And next up, starting off in August, we've got Hobbs and Shaw, a Star Wars story. Not a Star Wars story, but it's a Star Wars story nonetheless. I have no connection to the Fast and Furious franchise, mostly because they don't appeal to me. It's just cars racing around on the streets until it becomes a heist movie, and I'm not really going to be interested until they go to space. Because that's really the only place they can go now. This is basically a superhero movie. They're in space. They got to go to space in the next movie. So who knows where that's going to lead us? And next up, the next important release in August. August is actually the garbage month of summer movies. This is where they all dump the bad movies they have no hopes for. Angry Birds 2, isn't that fitting? August 16th, Angry Birds 2 is coming out because some of you saw it, and I hate you for that. Did we need more? Did we need more Angry Bird movies? Did you ask for more Angry Bird movies? I think you look like you asked for more Angry Bird movies. Why is this happening? We've already got Sonic. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. No more video game movies. It's time to stop. And closing out at the end of August, we've got the Playmobil movie. Yes, another toy line. The Lego ripoff is getting its own movie with its all-star, very professional voice cast, including Jim Gaffigan, Meghan Trainor, and Adam Lambert. I think that just kind of speaks for itself. End of story. And that does it for all of these summer movie releases. I am pretty excited for a lot of them, mixed feelings about some of them, and a bit of hatred for also a lot of them. And that does it for Real Talk this season. The season's over. I'd like to thank everyone who has ever come on the show this season. Will Hilgendorf, Oscar Sexauer, Johan Wyckoff, Charlie Roger, and a big thanks to Aaron Miller for reviving the show last year and allowing me to take over and just sort of make it into my own. You're not getting rid of me anytime soon. 6 seasons in a movie, baby. Here we go. And that does it for Real Talk. We're going to be off for the season, but I will see you next semester. It won't be soon, but it will be real soon. Have a good night, everyone. But I don't think it's time for any more surprises. Let's roll the intro. I'm not saying anything about Wreck-It Ralph 2. Hey gamers! For a really long time.
Did somebody say games?
Hello!
Hey, how's it going?
The Avengers are fried, the end game is nigh, and I am about to cry. Next up, we got the second trailer for Oh. Hello. My God! Because the Russo brothers are coming to hurt me. The trailer was met with a resounding sucks! Thank you, gentlemen. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. We're watching the Emoji Movie because we hate ourselves. Which seems also unnecessary, seeing as this year also features live-action remakes of Dumbo, The Lion King, Aladdin, and a supposed live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. No, that's not it. Anyways, that does it for What's Poppin' today. Get under this.